Hi friends, in this video I've got 5 key things I've seen in the community for Call of Duty that Modern Warfare 2 needs to change from the beta before launch if it wants to be a good game. Now don't get me wrong, Modern Warfare 2 definitely has lots of potential and it's 100 times better than Vanguard. But there's so much that still needs to change if this game's really going to succeed. So here's my list, but do let us know if you think there's anything that needs to change in the comments down below. Okay, so not in any particular order, but the first thing I think needs to change that I've seen a lot of people talk about in the community for Modern Warfare 2 is the time to kill, also known as the TTK. And this is basically how fast you or an enemy dies from the shots that you take. And this could mean either the guns are too powerful or the health just isn't balanced versus the gun meta. Either way, I think Modern Warfare 2's time to kill is just way too short. Now I know some people might say it's a skill thing, but actually from my experience having a slightly higher TTK requires actually more skill because you'll find the noobs kind of get a lot more lucky when the TTK is lower. Moving on to the second thing I think needs to be changed before launch, and this is the SBMM. If you don't know what SBMM stands for, it's skill-based matchmaking. Again, this isn't in any particular order, but one of the things I have seen the most people talk about is definitely the SBMM of Modern Warfare 2. Personally, I think Modern Warfare 2 has the craziest SBMM I've ever experienced in a Call of Duty game. And I'm not the only one saying it. You just need to go on Twitter or even just Google it and you'll see so many streamers and players talking about how bad the SBMM is in Modern Warfare 2. It's just way too high, it's way too tuned up. They need to dial it down a bit. I don't know how they structured it, but they really need to look at it. Let's move on to the third thing, and this is perks. Now I don't necessarily mind the new system. It's kind of cool that you can earn extra in-game perks based on performance. But what I do think they need to do is change what kind of perks you can customize, because it's really annoying that you can't have starting perks like sleight of hand or some of the other things that you can earn during the game. So I really think they need to increase the pool and just allow you to customize your starting perks from every perk available. Another one I've heard to do with perks is dead silence. I know a lot of people are kind of angry that it's not there as a perk. I do agree that the footsteps are much louder in Modern Warfare 2, so I think Dead Silence kind of does need to be brought in as a perk rather than a field upgrade. I'm not really sure if they will change that, but we'll have to wait and see before launch. Moving on to the fourth thing that they need to change, it's got to be the Gunsmith. Now, I'm not saying they completely need to change it. The concept of the receiver system is kind of a good one, something slightly different, could be quite clever, but the progression system they put together, I just feel doesn't really make sense. I think they need to clean up the progression system, they need to make it a lot more obvious the progression of weapons that you're starting with, and they might need to look at how the progression works. I kind of understand the concept of a receiver system. I don't particularly like the idea that you kind of got a mixture of SMGs, assault rifles and LMGs, because it does kind of force you to use weapon categories that you might not normally use to unlock certain other weapons within that receiver system. For example, to get the M16 I had to level up the 5.56 Icarus, which is an LMG, so essentially I'm having to level up an LMG to get an assault rifle. And personally, I'd rather they do it within the classes. I'm more than happy to play with different assault rifles to get the other assault rifles, but I find it kind of annoying to try and play with LMGs just to get an assault rifle. But even if they don't change the class system, I do think they need to give greater visibility of the progression and the next stages in all the different weapon select screens, rather than you physically having to go into Gunsmith and then progression and then look along the progression. The fifth and final thing, and this might be a small one, but I still think it's important, map voting. So from the beta we saw there is no map voting, so you don't get to vote on which map you're going to play next in multiplayer. Now the thing with this is that there are some good maps, but there are also some not so good maps in Modern Warfare 2. So the ability to vote for the next map in the lobby would be a really big benefit and make it feel like we've got a choice in the game and the map we're playing. Of course, the original Modern Warfare 2 did have a map voting system, and so have a number of previous Call of Duty titles, so there's no reason this game can't have it. So those are the kind of 5 things that I've seen from the community, but also from my personal preference that need to change before Modern Warfare 2 launches. Let us know what you think needs to be changed in Modern Warfare 2 before launch. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.